What's up, YouTube? This is Damon, aka the world's worst magician, and no, I will not cut my fingernails. Thank you for asking. So today what we're going to take a look at is a review of Download by Nicholas Lawrence. So I'm doing a little 3-card setup here. There's actually a lot you can do with it, but we'll get into that. If you're not familiar with it, I will leave a link in the description for the trailer. And what I'm going to do right now is just show you a quick demo of something that you can do with this. So let's take a look at that. Alright, so as you've seen, what you can do is you could take 3 cards and you could turn it into 2. I guess realistically you could take 2 and turn it into 1. You could make text appear, you can make text disappear. So I had written on the back of the ace, "Now you see me," and it appears out of nowhere. So you could also, the reason that I did this is because it's a two-way thing. Like you didn't see it before, now you see me, or you can have this visible the whole time and say "now you see me," and then now you don't. It'll make it disappear. So what is the effect? The effect is it's a utility device more than anything. So if you've seen things like frame or shake, those have a 1-to-1 ratio. And what I mean by that is that if you make a gimmick, you can only use it for one trick. So for shake, I used it for a card prediction, but that's the only thing you could ever use it for, is that one card prediction. So if you wanted to have 3 different things, you would have to make 3 different gimmicks. Frame is exactly the same way. With this, you make one gimmick and then you can do multiple effects, such as making this text disappear, make it reappear. You can do an effect where you get this lost in the deck and then you kind of do a ninja grab and just snatch it out of the middle of the deck. There's a couple of different effects that he shows you. There's even a different one where you can make the seal from a deck of cards appear. That one requires a little bit of setup, but the gimmick itself that you make, like I said, it's a utility device, so you can use it for different things. You can come up with your own ideas. It takes maybe a couple of minutes to make it. He shows you pretty well how to do it. As far as the negatives, really the only negative is that it's kind of angle sensitive. As long as you're holding the cards the right way, they won't see it, and you could totally hide it within the deck. But it does have a couple of angle issues if you are not good with your hands, or it may just be a lighting thing. If you're in a place that's really bright, it's going to be easier to kind of pick up on what you're doing. But other than that, the only other negative is that you'll probably have to keep replacing it over time. But like I said, it's very simple to do. It's just once you've done it for a while with the same gimmick that you've made, it may wear down like any other thing, so you'll have to replace it. But replacing it is very easy, and you can do it yourself. Really, that's it. The angle is the biggest negative. I mean, wearing down, that's just kind of a thing for gimmicks. So just a little bit of angle sensitivity, but other than that, this is it's one of those ideas that when you see how it's done, you're gonna be like, wow, I should have thought of that, I think. Really, I mean, it's a very simple thing, but it makes it look like magic. I mean, you can make this text disappear like instantly, or you can make it reappear. He had an effect where he changed it to like a smiley face, or you can do the thing where you basically rub the card and then the text shows up on your finger or something like that, and now it's not on the card. So one of the best things is, so this could be a signed card. Now, one thing I will mention, if you're going to have them sign it, there is a very specific portion of the card that they have to sign it on. So just make sure that you're aware of those restrictions. But you can give them this card. So this was the card that I made appear, right? And this could have been their signed card. And I'd make it appear between the ladies. It comes out, and then I can give them this card, and it's fine. With shake or frame, with frame, I believe you can give it away, but yeah, a little leery of that, because you have to pay for that, right? It's a 1-to-1. You have to pay for the gimmick, and then you wouldn't really want to give it away after you paid for it. Shake, you definitely cannot hand that out because they will absolutely know how you did it. But with this, the magic is not taking place on the actual card. So you can do the magic and then give them their card, which is even more powerful because they're going to be looking at this and trying to figure out how you just did that. How did you make this text disappear? Or how did you make it appear? How did you get them the smiley face or whatever? So that is the impact of this one. So to me, this is great. And like I said, it's a utility device more than the actual tricks. So he's going to give you some patterns that you can use and some tricks, but like this is kind of my take on one of the ones that he has in there, but he starts out with 3 cards and then turns it into 2 cards. So there's a couple of different things you can do. It depends on, you know, what your pattern is and what your performance is. Like if you're in the street versus stage, you know, stage would be great for turning 3 to 2. In the street, they're going to ask to hold it, and if you make a card disappear, I'm going to tell you that, yeah, you won't be able to hand them out like that. You can hand them one of these cards. But, again, it's a utility device. It's very quick to make it. As you saw in there, and you'll see in the trailer, you can do some pretty powerful effects that are just, you know, you can do them in the street, you can do them in a restaurant or wherever your set's going to be. So this is one that I definitely recommend you pick up, and I'll leave a link to where you can purchase this magic at. And again, this has been a look at Download by Nicholas Lawrence. Well, I hope you liked that review. And if you have any questions, magic tricks, or decks that you want to see reviewed, go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. As always, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that like button and subscribe for any future reviews. All right.